Or how do you say it the full way?
Fragoso. Fragoso.
Fernando Fragoso. All right. And so the way that we've normally been starting these out is to give sort of a primer. I'll read your quick little description from the Terra Virtua profile. So here we go. I'm a Brazilian artist based in Medellín. Is that right? Medellín, Colombia?
Medellín, they say in Spanish Medellín, but we say in Portuguese Medellín. So,
Medellín, Colombia.
anyway,
Okay. I create distinct and playful illustrations depicting animals, characters, and day-by-day situations. I'm always looking for new references and possibilities to improve my art. NFTs are part of this journey. All right. Well, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the community. I know you've been around for a while. Only a few of your works are still available on the marketplace, so we'll touch that in a second. But again, welcome.
thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, everybody, and it's a pleasure.
All right. Well, without further ado, I think we can just jump right in. It seems you've prepared a little presentation. So, as always, I'm your driver. I'm going to try to do as best as I can to keep up with everything or with your presentation. But you know, I'm human, so I'll probably mess up. But here we go. All right. So, what are we looking at here? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. These are like the first artworks that I made, the first generation, if I can say like that. So it was in 2010 when I decided to focus mainly on digital art. I had painted some canvas before, some drawings, but didn't have much talent with brushes. So I decided to focus and I had Photoshop on my computer, and then I started to learn by myself. As you can see, it's not so perfect. There is not much perspective or whatever, but I since the beginning I tried to find an interesting way to express myself and create my own identity, and not following anybody in particular, but just creating something that was nice for me, that could be interesting for other people as well.
So,
So that's how it started.
did you start back in 2010, or when did you actually start creating digital art?
Yes, in 2010 was the beginning. I had painted the other stuff using acrylic paint, but 5 years before, maybe 2005, I painted some canvas. Then I tried some chalks, pastel, this kind of stuff as well. There are nice ones, in fact, but not so easy for me. Then I liked a lot the digital. I had the contact with internet, and I decided to focus exclusively on digital. Even though I painted the other stuff in other years, but I focused on digital because the colors, the freedom, and so it's more interesting.
Right. So would you actually choose digital over just your normal mediums, or have you like converted over entirely? Would you ever go back to regular mediums again?
No, not really. It has been a long time that I don't use brushes, that I don't paint. As I said, I don't believe I have much talent to paint. So I like it's a lot more playful, interesting for me to do it digitally. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy with this transition.
Yeah. Where do
It
you?
was a good decision.
I really hope we get to talk a little bit about your inspiration because these are fascinating.
Mhm. Uh, when I was younger, I believe I inspiration comes from magazines, and I worked as a photographer as well, covering sports. So triathlon, like cross country, marathons, adventure races, mountain biking. So I believe these colors that I use, vivid colors, the kind of reference that I had in my photography career covering these events, I think I brought it to the art. So that's why I use colorful palettes. I try to make something. It's just fun. First of
Yeah.
all, it needs to be fun or irreverent. I don't know if this is the correct word, but something that is different,
Yeah.
right? Not
I,
mainstream. So
I'm I don't know why, but the thing that I like most about it so far is that like I feel like I don't have to take it super seriously. Like it's just an easy
mhm,
and nice thing to look at, and it's so playful that it just doesn't. Sometimes art can seem intimidating, even when it comes
mhm.
to just interpreting the art. Like it just seems like it's so complex that you'll probably mess up if you try. But this feels just so friendly in several ways to try and interpret and just really to look at. And I just wanted to pause and really acknowledge that it's super cool. I love the style.
Thank you. There are many details, but the interpretation is always open to the viewer.
Hmm.
And most of them are meanings for me. It's not just I will draw this and that's it. So there is a meaning behind. There is a story. Of course, the size it's not so big to see it on the screen right now, but some of them are big, and when you look close, there are many details, many things, a lot of messages I try to put on the drawings.
Hmm.
So it's really
And
cool. Just a kind of a playful art, I say. I usually mention this word, playful, or something. It's
right.
interesting to watch, have fun.
Yeah, no, I love these. I definitely, you're definitely capturing that essence like perfectly in your work. So I actually am curious, like, what would you do? Can you call your tile or style something? Like, what would you say your style is if you had to put it in words?
Yeah, it's difficult for me to say, and I don't like too much this idea. It's not kind of question like what's your favorite artist,
Hmm.
what is your favorite music, your food, or whatever. Because I try to mix some references. This specific one, 2013, I was using Corel Painter, a software that I just used it maybe for a year. Just downloaded and tried some experiments. Then it came with this kind of art. There is some texture on the brushes are cool. The next page, I'm not sure. I think it's the same. Yes, it's the same software, Corel Painter. So I just try to improve the art. Sometimes I get bored and I try to adapt the style a little bit, but I'd say it's figurative or impressionist for sure, but I don't know exactly the what I could call it.
Hmm. No, I was really curious because I wanted to figure out what to call it. It's really cool. It's super unique. So if there was a
And
word for it, I would start using it. Whatever you came up with.
these are another another ones that I use the Corel Painter as well. And the a lot of colors, of course. The images are not so complex, but anyway, when you look, especially I'm a Gentleman and the Basquiat key, for example, there are many words we can't read, but many meanings and
Yeah.
messages that comes together with these pieces. The one in the middle as well, not for sale. It's like a kind of a message, respect the women.
Hmm.
It's not a piece of meat that you buy, you pay for sex or whatever. So I always try to bring these meanings,
Hmm.
the artworks, and it has been fun
No, these are nice.
most
Like
of the time.
I'm like leaned
Yeah,
into my computer screen now, reading the words.
yeah.
Like it's really cool. I like what you did here. No, this is nice. It's
Thank you.
definitely a great use of art in the medium to really communicate ideas. I love
Mhm,
seeing that, for sure,
mhm,
and I think it's just a great way to use your platform as well.
mhm. It's a series called the Astronautas in Portuguese, but astronauts, of course. I like a lot this topic. I know nowadays everybody's drawing like astronauts. It's
Yeah,
kind of
it is true.
trendy. It was in 2016. These are big images. I think it's 60 per 8 centimeters.
Hmm.
And I made it for myself, of course. The last one is a woman. The last one has a long hair going outside the helmet,
Oh
as if it
wow,
was possible in outer space. But yes, it's a
this
kind
would
of a topic that I like as well. But
I like this would
just
cover a wall in my house perfectly. So like this is really cool.
it's really cool. I need to make others
Hmm.
using this kind of style. But as you can see, different if you compare to the others. Of
Hmm.
course, there is a connection. The identities together
Hmm.
connect, but it's a little bit different. The next ones are completely different. It was a series that I made about some problems that teenagers in general or people can face. The first one is a kind of protest or a message about alcohol addiction, like a
Mm.
bottle to share. The person like a miserable life, drinking alone in his room. So there are
Mm.
some messages, words. The second one is about the rich and poor guys in Brazil. There is a huge gap between people.
Mm.
So the third one is about seatbelt, like drive. Be careful when you drive. Your life is more important than speed and
Mm.
whatever. The last one is about the mobile, the cell phone, that it can be tempting. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can use it too much. A lot of people have problems with this. So take a break sometimes. Don't stay connected all the time.
Yeah.
There are other things to do in life that are
S-
important as well.
So
So
with a
again, some messages.
yeah, with a piece like this, do you start with the message you want to convey and then just start creating after that, or how do you go about that?
Yeah, yeah, I have a general idea what's the message that I want to convey, and then I start to make the illustration. I like the idea of flow to let it go, intuitive process of creation.
Hmm.
Of course, everything that I put has a specific reason. Like, oh, here I need to put this little detail for some reason. It has to be here. In general, I don't follow like, oh, I will replicate this, I will make a sketch first, and then I will transform it into digital, use the same colors. No, I don't work this way. I
Hmm.
prefer to work more spontaneously
Hmm.
and let it be, it goes according to the moment. I choose the color. Maybe here I need a kind of color, maybe colder or hotter.
Hmm.
And then I try to compose it to make an interesting composition.
No, it's really nice. Like I'm a huge fan. I also love how you're like
You,
they all go together, even though they're not like you can tell they're all from the same series, and that's always really exciting, especially for collectors to have like the full set of the aesthetically similar pieces. And so that would be super cool to see like a full set like this available. I know you talked about releasing more. We can touch on that in here in a second. Oh, this is nice.
these are the last productions, let's say. These are recent. Again, I changed the style. I'm focusing on this kind of positions right now, and not many details, of course. There are a lot of details, but I mean, in backgrounds, just the element in evidence, a lot of textures.
Hmm.
So I like it a lot, this transition. It started in last year, 2020. Then all of the artworks that I sent to Terra Virtua are recent. Of
Mm.
course, in the future, I intend to send some you once, but I'm respecting the format because it's a boxy display. I'm trying to use each and the new ones, especially the new ones, I'm making exclusively with this reason. So I might change it soon. I want to try something using Procreate. I use the only Photoshop, but I'm planning to buy an iPad and try Procreate, some subtle animation, just for fun, of course. I already made some, but just to see what happens. I believe it goes well with the
Yeah,
art style.
I would love to see. I'd love to see you use Procreate, because if you're this talented, already, like it's gonna be incredible. I love the textures you use here. Like in between, it almost makes me think of like layers of like construction paper, and just really is like so friendly.
Yeah,
I,
looks like, I agree.
I like it. No, for sure. And this one, Play With Me,
OG printing, yeah.
it's hilarious. Like play,
Yeah, this is a crazy one.
it's like the
It
perfect
was the
balance
first
of
one,
scary and fun, but yet playful.
just in the middle. The first one that I sold was this one on Terra Virtua, of course. So thank you so much. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for inviting me and having me as a
Oh no,
artist.
pleasure is ours.
Really amazing.
Oh, okay. Now these are familiar because I've seen these on the marketplace.
Hmm?
Oh,
Yeah,
is Nightmares sold out?
Nightmares. Yeah,
Oh
so
no.
almost, yeah,
I love these, like the scary ones. These are fun.
yeah.
I might have to look on the
Yeah,
secondary marketplace for Nightmares.
it's not there. I
No.
think so, but it's nice.
Yeah.
The first one, the Asian man, for example, I have the others that I will send soon. And of course, now that I'm learning more about the collections and this kind of stuff, I have, for example, the Mexican guy. I have another one is a guy from Jamaica. So thinking again now, I could or I should have separated them for a special collection like countries or whatever nationalities. But anyway, I will send. It might be available maybe next month. I don't know. The Jamaican guy, the Mexican guy, and other nationalities. Goes together.
That would be cool. No, I would now, but that would make it where I have to buy this one as well, the Asian man, and then all the other ones. So I gotta hurry and grab that one too. If that one's still available, we'll have to pop in the gallery to see which ones are still available here in a second. Oh, these were these on there too?
In fact, all of them are sold out. Only the available one is Fragmented Face. There are two. It's two, and the I Give Up is on the secondary market.
Oh.
One was sold last night, and there is one more available now. Another guy is trying to sell. But the only one since the beginning of the collection that is available is Fragmented Face, 2 pieces. And the other that is not on this slide, but is a dancing woman.
Okay.
Is a kind of ballet dancer. So the three ones that are still available.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to pop in there and check it out here in a second. Oh wow!
Like the buddies. Yeah.
Where are these at?
These are cool and sold out. Actually, Unusual Fly is available on the secondary market as well on Terra Virtua, available for beats.
Wow!
It was a surprise I saw last night.
I love it.
I
Like,
have you others.
I think it's because it's just such a unique style that I don't know. It's like you have to own it just because it just I don't know. I really do like it. And honestly, like a community member mentioned the evolution of your art, and I can see like your art just keeps getting refined. And you're like, this is beautiful work here, 100%.
Last feedback I could get from the community. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate.
Wow. Well,
these are
wow.
the new ones. This will be released soon. The new collection.
Oh.
So I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know the date to
Can
inform
you
everybody.
can you
But I
tell how
guess
many pieces? Is it just gonna be 3 pieces or?
only two of each. Two
Oh,
of each.
oh, so there's 2 of each flower.
Yes.
Oh, that's
That's
yeah.
it.
So we gotta be quick on the trigger for that one for sure.
And
Let me.
the other slide before was new ones as well, but we'll talk about this in other.
Here we go. So these were the ones you were
Yeah,
mentioning are still
they're
available
only
on the
available.
marketplace, right?
Yes. One of these, there are two fragmented face. The other, the dancing woman, there is only one.
Oh, so is this a one of one?
This is affordable one.
Oh, one of three.
I believe everybody wants to have an artwork, so I defend this idea that many people that are starting now and they think, oh, I will do this, I will make a lot of money, I will charge high price. But I believe this is the opposite idea. You need to have affordable pieces as well because the idea is to have a collector happy with your work and of course sometimes you charge more. It's a more exclusive work, but I really try to take it into consideration when I'm pricing the
Hmm.
artwork. So this is the most affordable that I sent to Terra Virtua.
Yeah, no, I like this. I especially like this. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to know all this before everything got listed because now I'm like super bullish. Like I want to own more, and now that there's only
Now,
2 pieces left. I'm kind of a little sad right now. But I think I'm still gonna grab one of these for sure. If there's only one
new
left,
ones, new ones will come soon.
yeah, I'm
So
just
if
impatient.
there is interested, I guess soon it will be available because I sent it. It might be on the way.
Yeah, yeah. Let me pull up. Where's my desktop? Or let me get back here. Nope. Sorry. There we go. Oh, I saw it. Here we go. All right, so we're on the your profile, so we can see all the artworks that I missed out on.
Yes, if you go down, there are 13 in total. It takes a little to appear.
Oh, that's
You need
right.
to go a little, just yeah. So the inspired musician we saw.
Oh,
These are the
wow.
others. The catch, the superhero. They play with me. All of them.
I love this one so
So,
much.
uh,
Oh, there's only 3. Wow, this is
only three.
cool.
It's sold out.
It's I don't you've like done some creative fun balance of just like it speaks to like the inner child of me, but also I don't know, like it really is just a great I don't know what you did, but it's fantastic. It's such a
Thank
wonderful
you.
balance of creativity.
Thank you.
Wow, and this one
Like a lot the jellyfish, yeah, the nightmares sold out very quickly. This one,
yeah, I know why it would sell out so fast. It really is just so phenomenal. Like I love this one. Oh wow. All right, I'm just gonna peruse through all of your works. So, and then you were saying, where's the one? Oh, we gotta scroll a little bit.
yeah, the jellyfish, the first line, uh, is a nice one as well. Then I have a special, very special.
Hmm. We had
Of course, because
Sorry,
that's
go
why
ahead.
I sent it to have it. I chose it with a lot of passion. I said, oh, I think it would be interesting for the collectors. But as I mentioned before, I'm learning now. For example, the flowers, they will have a special collection. The bugs, they are in this collection, but I could have made a separate collection exclusively for them. But anyway, I believe this is what's happening to everybody now. Everybody's learning about what can be done, what's the best way to show or work. So I'm so happy. Just great experience so far.
Yeah.
Learning a lot.
Yeah, no, and we're super happy to have you. Like this is incredible stuff, and to be a part of your growth in this space is we're honored for sure. We did have a community question here. Crypto King 710 said lots of great work. Where do you find the time?
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been so easy lately because I had a baby, my wife, of course,
Oh,
and I.
congratulations!
We just completed the 1 year this
Oh,
month.
wow.
So it's I believe the inspiration comes from him as well. I wanted to do something, to make something different. Then because of him, I decided to improve my art and develop this new visual identity. But as far as always, when I have a little time, I try to produce something. Sometimes it takes 1 day, sometimes it takes 2 3 days to make something. In the
Hmm.
past it was a longer process because the other artworks were complex, a lot of noise in the background, a lot of words, a lot of outlines,
Hmm.
and I painted it completely differently. Now I believe I just try to produce as much as I can when I have a free time. So
Hmm. I
not
have a
so easy, but it's a pleasure.
I have a question. Like, how do you know? How do you find a good stopping point? Like, I'm like these are perfect in my eyes, but I'm just wondering, how do you get to the point where you're like, yes, I like it?
Uh, it's always a difficult moment to stop, but I try to get the balance when I look at it and I say, oh, I think it's something is missing here, or maybe I should put a little detail here. It's not easy to explain. I think nobody has exactly this answer, but you just need to stop. Uh, I don't know who said this. I think Picasso. I don't know. Probably other guy mentioned this on Terra Virtua. I think I watched it in an interview, but you just need to give up. You need to stop it because if you continue, you never finish. So
Mm,
when I believe it's balanced, it's interesting. That is everything that I wanted to
mm.
express, the message. I stop. And I try not to put too much noise nowadays because I'm trying to make something cleaner
Yeah.
than I made in the past.
When
So
you say balanced, I've seen some artists, they'll be working on their art and then they'll flip it upside down and then they'll invert it and then they'll like kind of manipulate it as they go. Is that something that you do as well?
no, I never do this. I've never done, to be honest.
Hmm.
And what I can do sometimes is like take a break, I drink a coffee, then I return, I
Mm.
look again, or I leave it to finish the next day.
Ah.
Not always, because I like to start and finish. So I work a lot of hours, focused, and but sometimes, of course, takes a little longer than expected. We need to do this. But
Yeah.
I try to maintain the screen as it is. I don't use this process, but I know it is very useful.
No, I mean, I feel like you've definitely like nailed it. Your translation of that is just, getting fresh eyes by stepping away. And some people just like to invert their images or do crazy things with the images. It's just, I don't know, different strokes for different folks. I guess that's what they say. But honestly, like whatever you're doing, it's working. So it's really, really good. I was just curious how you got such like perfect balance with these images here. Like, and I guess that's why I was kind of prodding a bit. But this is exciting stuff for sure. I do want to open it up to the community. If you guys have some burning questions you want to ask, go ahead and populate the channel now. I know he did mention releasing some artwork, so we did cover that. But if you have any questions about techniques or if you want to see baby pictures, no kidding. uh, let's see. Oh, here's one. Has fatherhood made your work more emotional? That's actually a pretty deep question. You could answer that several different
Pretty
ways.
deep question, but yeah, a lot of responsibility, I'd say. Of course, it needs time to make this kind of art. It's not so easy. But I believe now I think about my future, even though I've been doing it for a long time, I'm really focused to make my art to be interesting for people. Maybe it brought me more responsibility, more focus, and to approach it more. I wouldn't say professionally because I have always done my works. I always been professional, like in a sense of responsibility. But I think I thought now I need to adapt it and choose a visual identity that I can continue, and then maybe a little.
Yeah, no, I can. It's so funny because like when I had a child, it just took me 10 years to finish college, so I was not extra motivated. I was like, wait, it wasn't that I was like less motivated. It was just like my attention was split up a little bit, so you have to kind of like figure
Yeah,
out how to manage time differently. But
it's very
I'm
difficult.
sure some of the art money is going towards like college and stuff for your little one, so that could be some
Yeah.
motivation there for sure. All right, well, let's see if we got any
Yeah.
more. Crypto King did ask about your inspirations. I know you mentioned magazines. Is there anything else beyond magazines or things like that?
Uh, no, I believe in magazines, photography. I had the opportunity to visit some nice museums, the big ones, let's say, the famous ones. And I always had a lot of attention for graphic works. I don't like too much the classic painters, the Renaissance or whatever. I like the more the graphic style. So I
Mm-hmm.
think my work carries this kind of approach, or graphic, a kind of printing, even though now it's not for with this idea to print. But in case it's printed, it will look nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the idea, a graphic piece and digital. I don't know, a kind of interesting look, a nice visual,
Mm-hmm.
not perfection, far from perfection, to be honest. But I don't care too much about perfection. Like, oh, you need to learn about drawing. You need to improve your perspective. Of course, I try to do this, but anyway, in my way. So my reference would be kind of magazines and sports in general, outdoor sports, as I said, the clothes, the gears,
Mm-hmm.
the bikes, the sunglasses, the surfboards, or whatever,
Yeah.
colorful.
Yeah, I
So,
see what you
and
mean.
of course, I'm from Brazil.
Yeah.
And people go to the beach. It's like maybe the environment is part of the artworks
Yeah.
as well, the
No, I can see
colors.
that. Like your
Yeah,
culture is sort of spoken through your art, like with maybe even subconsciously. So that's really cool.
exactly.
Utter Volcano did ask a pretty heavy hitter here, and I'm gonna try to reword it a little bit. Do you get more satisfaction out of completing a work, or do you get really satisfied when you actually see your arts being sold quickly? So, what do you think as far as um,
So, first of all, I like to make the art for sure because for 10 years I've been working, making my art. I knew in certain moments it would be better, in others could be not so good, not so profitable. But of course, I like to sell. I like to see that people recognize the value. But mainly, you need to have a passion for what you are doing. If you don't like this, I would have given up long time ago, I guess. But of course, I'm very satisfied. But I like when I finish the piece and I look at it and I say, "Oh, this one is nice," and
Mm,
that's how I choose the ones I will send to Terra Virtua, for example. I say, no, no, this one I like it a lot. Then I separate in a folder and it will be available. So I
that's
don't
awesome.
think, oh, I will make this in a way that a collector will like. No,
Yeah.
first I make it for myself. Then if people like it, better, of course.
Oh,
But
you
no,
keep some
it's part of
stuff?
my history, right?
Yeah. Did you say you keep some stuff for yourself?
Yeah, I have some artworks that I have here for me that it's not available. I have a lot of pieces here.
You holding
Then
out on us?
probably never be available. No, not because I don't want to be whatever the NFTs, but I try to choose the nice ones,
Yeah.
the most beautiful that
Yeah.
I believe could be interesting.
Yeah, we
Maybe it's
had
not. Maybe it's not.
no, no, I was just joking. But we did have another question, a very interesting question. Kind of the hype around generative arts. I don't know if you're familiar with generative arts, but it's kind of where you have these pieces that are generated into one piece, and they all have different rarities of being actually like placed on the final artwork. So you basically get a random generation of a bunch of pieces that you would have made in like
Yeah.
layers. So is that like if is generative art something of interest to you, or is it? Do you think it's a fad? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know too much about this. Of course, I know what you are talking about, but I don't have the knowledge even for animation or 3D. I don't know exactly how to make it happen. I would like, of course, to try something different, to
Mm-hmm.
make some experiments. Because graphically speaking, I believe these drawings are interesting because of the colors, even the clean backgrounds. I think it
Yeah.
helps a lot. Maybe in the future it could be a kind of a collaborative project. Mentioned on my profile, I try to improve, I try to learn, uh, but just lack of knowledge or
Yeah.
knowledge to make it
Hey,
happen.
I know.
But
I
I hope
know.
maybe, yeah.
We have a really helpful community, and I always love little side
Nice.
gigs. So if you want to make like some like hash mask version, or I don't want to say hash mask, and hash mask
Uh-huh.
don't own the generative art scene. They just did a really 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 good job at utilizing the technology.
Mhm.
But so when I say like a hash mask version, of course I'm just using them as an example of
Sure.
the technology. But like having an avatar esque kind of generative arts from you would probably be something that would be super
Would
popular.
be amazing. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So like, you have
It could happen in the future.
yeah, yeah. So it
And
seems like the community has the appetite for it. So maybe we can work something out for sure. Um,
it's welcome.
yeah, we it doesn't. Let me see if I missed any questions. I'm just going to scroll up really quick. Um, this has really been a really fun call. Honestly, I really appreciate your openness and candidness to all the questions the community has had. It's been cool. Uh, it looks like we're good on questions. Wait, artwork for yeah. So we're getting closer to the top of the hour. I want to give you an opportunity to share really anything that's on your mind, your upcoming stuff. I know we covered a lot, so this may not be like a really big ask. Um, but if basically, I like to give the final say to the artist, just so I didn't miss anything. So, do you have anything you want to tell the collectors community, really the world about like what's going on with Fernando, what the future looks like, or anyone you'd like to thank, or any encouragement? Like the floor is
Sure.
floor is yours.
No, I want to thank you, of course, you guys, the team, the community, Terra Virtua, for this experience. I want to thank my friend Ricardo, who told me about NFTs. and he said, "Oh, Fernando, you need to invest on it. You have the talent. I believe you could be successful doing this." Then I I trusted him and I said, "Yes, let's check." And I started to do my research about this, to learn a little more about what could be done. Then the second question, I think it would be the second advice. I don't know if I'm good or if I can give advice to anyone, but it's just to work doing what you like. As I mentioned before, it needs to be something that you really like, that is passion involved, trust that you are doing something interesting. Don't make anything to satisfy or to follow trends or collectors. Your work, before all, needs to be original, authentic. You won't be able to replicate anyone. Maybe you can do it once, twice, but not for a long time. You will get lost in the middle. It takes time. Um, I, as you could see, it took me 10 years to reach this point where I'm now. So I have a lot of ideas for the future. I talked about probably kind of animation, not a sophisticated animation, because I need to learn about this. But anyway, I want to focus on it, to dedicate some time to improve this, to learn how to use it, Procreate, and little by little, I guess I will find my way, right?
Hmm.
Just I believe
No,
I talked too much.
no,
Uh,
and I don't know if sorry to cut you off, but
just
that's
grateful. I'm just grateful.
yeah,
This is the word. If I could sum up in one word, it would be grateful.
yeah, and we're so happy that you choose us to kind of like share your journey with, and honestly, it's been just so phenomenal so far, and I really can't wait, for the future of
Thank
Fernando
you.
and Terra Virtua. So I know you have a lot of like excited collectors, and I will say you probably won't have any more art pieces left after today. If it's not me
Thank
buying them,
you.
it'll be someone
Mhm.
else. So
Thank you.
we're,
And new ones will be available soon in case anyone else would like to get, but didn't get the opportunity.
mhm.
Uh, Probably soon it will be available on the gallery. Nice ones, new ones, of course.
Well,
Mhm.
perfect.
So it's a
Well,
pleasure.
yeah. Well, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to kind of sit down with our community and share the heart behind that.